Just give you a really quick background on myself. I graduated from college in 2006 and from Pitzer College in LA, and with a degree in English, so no real film background. And I actually got started in reality television, working for some pretty major networks: HBO, Oxygen, Discovery, Bravo, all of that. But I moved down to Los Angeles and got a job at MWG Entertainment as their director of distribution and business development. So MWG, yeah, you can go to the next slide. It's a really small company. There's only 4 of us, and but you know, we do. As Matthew touched on a little bit, you know, most people are just out there alone. They don't have somebody who's their director of distribution. So it's a really valuable skill to learn, though. A little bit of history. We're basically an internet studio. We're one of the few. There's another one, Electric Farm, web series space. The narrative, episodic web series space is really dominated by super independent. I mean, people going out and spending their own money or not spending money, and really just getting their friends together, pulling a lot of favors, and making this web series and trying to have it be a hit. Some examples of that would be like The Guild or Dr. Horrible, though I believe they had funding. But The Guild really did start off as just, you know, a bunch of friends. Also things like 2009, True Story, the science fiction. I mean, these web series have really launched these producers into getting major deals with studios and these kinds of things. But we're kind of a rare case. Our president, Max Goldenson, her father founded ABC, and so she's kind of her mission is a little bit to do what he did in the, you know, in the old media world and in the new media world, and we are focusing on women. She wants, you know, MWG really wants to engage the underserved female audience, which is actually smart. Kind of like yeah. So our first show was My Two Fans, and it had Barrett Swadek in it, who was in Quarter Life. Barrett Twitters as Kate. Kate is her character. And we've had a huge response to that. People love it. She Twitters in character. She's hilarious. She actually spoke on a Digital LA panel about Twitter with, you know, heads of the major interactive departments in studios like CBS, Universal, et cetera, and people just really respond well to it, and it's been really fun to actually have an actress who wants to, you know, Twitter as her character. So that's brilliant. Yeah, Kate, you can follow at Kate Maxwell. I came in after My Two Fans was produced and kind of had to very quickly come up with a distribution plan that hadn't been put in place. So we're focusing on really getting this content out there far and wide. But we really just wanted to get our content out there in front of as many people as possible, as far and wide. So we're on 27 different platforms: online, mobile, and set-top boxes. So that was our distribution plan, and it's been interesting to see. We do have revenue share models with about 14 platforms. Being totally like candid and honest with you guys, it's hard to make money off of web series. I don't think that's why that's not why we're doing it, and it's not why a lot of people do make web series. So before you do go into making a web series, you really should ask, like, why am I doing this? Am I doing this to make money? If the answer is yes, then maybe you shouldn't make the web series. Yeah. Okay, our next show is Road to the Altar. We're launching June 15th, and this one's interesting, and this is obviously one of the major questions is, where are people making money? Where are people getting money to fund these web series? You know, advertisers are hesitant they're not going to want to advertise on your home video on YouTube, but there's so few people actually making high-end web series, so there isn't a ton of ad dollars out there. But that being said, there is also a lot of confusion right now, and out of that kind of chaos and confusion and the advertisers don't know what's going on, really, they're willing to take a risk with web series, and they really are. You know, we all hear in the news, oh, the advertisers are scared, nobody is spending money on anything, but with Road to the Altar, we got 3 pretty major sponsors: Pier 1, iRobot, and Panda Express. So I will tell you a little bit about our 3rd series coming up, because it's really exciting. It's a horror show, which is a little different than our last 2. And one of the things that we are going to be doing in terms of like extra content is like part of the show is these monsters, and we're going to do time lapse of them building the monsters, and it's going to be really scary and really cool. So you know, I think it's interesting to see our slate, which has been, you know, kind of a improv comedy, and then a more scripted romantic comedy, mockumentary style, and then our 3rd one's a horror. So we do have this women focus, but we also, you know, that doesn't kind of pigeonhole us into making one kind of content. So that's the end of MWG Entertainment.